Fuller?
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Mr. Fuller, before we go on, you had mentioned in previous shows about, your work and people, I don't want to say compromising, but using, your work without your authorization and so forth. Could you address that so that on this official site, which is talkteamitradio.com, where you will get the full uncut version of what Mr. Fuller is saying, and it is exclusive to talkteamitradio.com. Mr. Fuller, can you address that, please?
Right. Go to this program. This is the central program. Now, I am on other radio programs. That's AM, FM, Straight Talk Live with Kahari and Aharo every now and then, and also I am on WL sometimes, WPFW, and these are radio programs, but this is the only internet program that I am officially on, the only internet program that I'm officially on, and that's talkteamitradio.com. And I've tried to cut back on the programming that I do on the air of any kind because I understand that a number of people are doing things where the message that I'm trying to convey is distorted. It's being mixed up with a lot of other messages, and some of my quotes are being misquoted and or is blended in with other programming where it gives the listeners the impression that I'm affiliated with other some organizations, different organizations, that are doing different things and have different ideas from the ideas that and suggestions that I'm trying to put forth. And to the extent that that gets into plagiarism or copyright violations, I would like for that to stop. And so if people intend to use the material, and I do intend for my material to get out there, but for it to be distorted, and the people who believe in white supremacy will distort a lot of what I'm trying to do, and they will use black people to help with the distortion. So that is very crucial, and so I would just want to make that for the record, that should stop, and anybody who is doing it, the listening audience worldwide should be aware that someone may be doing this type of thing. And some people do it with who would inadvertently do it, and then other people do it with malicious intention or with some type of gigantic or small commercial thing in mind, and they would distort the message within that context, not caring about the context of the message that I'm trying to convey, the ideas I'm trying to convey, and the mission that I'm trying to convey. And so I don't want that to get mixed up with anything else. So anything that has to do with a copyright violation, check and see if you violate anything that has to do with copyright or violating anything that has to do with plagiarism. There are laws that govern this, and I am using these laws. I want all of these laws to be in place. I don't want to violate anybody's copyright, nor do I want to plagiarize anything that anybody else is doing. And if I say anything that sounds like I'm even getting borderline where I'm doing that, I want somebody to call that to my attention. Every now and then I will quote someone, but I quote the person correctly, I hope. And if I don't quote that person correctly, I want someone to point that out to me. Because the one thing you don't want in counter-racist science is confusion.
Yes.
Confusion of any kind. Confusion will help the white supremacists to carry out their mission. There should be not 1 ounce of confusion in anything that is said in trying to replace the system of racism with the system of justice. And that should apply to everybody everywhere. The one thing you don't want for sure